Hello, I'm Ernie Boggs. Thanks for joining me again on another segment of Jiu-Jitsu from the ring to the street. On this video, we're going to be working various counters. There's an old saying, for every lock, there's a key. But it's also important to note that there's also a point of no return. Once a lock has been secured with commitment, it's going to be very difficult, if at all possible, to escape. Also, if your opponent gets you off balance with a barrage of strikes, that too can be very difficult to recover. So we're going to begin with the very simple and direct counters. I'm bringing in world champion Craig Oxley to help me out here. We're going to go strike against strike. In my system, when defending, we often call it attacking the attack. The reason is if he kicks and I block, now I have to counter. So what I want to do is I want to take away his weapon. I want to attack his attack. And the first technique, or the first counter, it's against a high back leg round kick to the head. Okay, I'm going to utilize the cover that we learned in the first video. Also, I'm going to attack at the same time with my own round kick to his support leg. Again, a shin kick to the femoral artery. I'm not just kicking at the leg. There's a target that I'm directing my kick to. Change. Remember the three ways of practicing technique is static, kick. Static develops proper form and mechanics. Then there's fluid. Fluid develops also proper form and mechanics, but it also develops the fluidity and focus and accuracy. And then dynamic, which develops explosive power and speed. The next counter is to a rear leg kick from your opponent to your lead leg thigh. A lot of people will turn on the ball of their foot, trying to take the kick on the back of the thigh. But if they're not quick enough, when they turn the leg and they get hit, they're opening the common peroneal nerve, which will shut down the leg. Then others teach a shield, so bringing the shin out and taking the impact shin to shin. Some people's the nerves are dead and they can handle that. I'm not one of those people. So I bring the heel to the hip and shield him this way, attacking with my knee when the damage is going to be to his knee if he hits, and I'm stepping through with it. From here, I'm following up with a straight right hand. Again, I don't want to jump away. I don't want to turn my body. Now I got to turn back. And I don't want to shield because that hurts my leg. So I'm going to step in, right hand to the chin, right hand, straight right, and follow up with my own leg kick. Static. Fluid. And dynamic. Okay, the next counter is against the lead back fist or jab. Of course, this one's you're going to be really quick to get this one on a jab, or you may be closing the grapple and bringing both hands forward. Again, we're not defending the technique, we're defending an angle. Okay, this hand's coming out. I'm going to utilize a ridge hand, using the bone edge of the wrist here and attacking the radial nerve, bringing his elbow into my body. Then I'm going to follow up with my elbow into the brachial plexus tie-in, a cluster of nerves right here in the shoulder. This takes him down, and from this position, I have several options. I can execute a figure four, I can step across the head and come back into armbar. Again, this is another version of attacking the attack. He attacks, I attack his weapon.
Sit.
This move comes from Professor Wally J. He does it strictly in self-defense, and when he taught it to me, I was so impressed with it, I wanted to know immediately how I could utilize this in a sporting aspect. So I changed it up just a little bit to fit my personality. I'm not saying that I made it better, I'm just saying that I made it to fit my own size and weight. The same thing that these world champions do with the techniques that they're demonstrating. Parry, the parry that we learned on the first tape. Again, parry, simultaneously attacking his arm. Step across, hug your body, execute the arm bar. Other side, parry, and attack the arm. Remember, we're not grabbing our hand. So we're bringing this into our body. Right here, I'm not going to be able to get the throw. And if he's strong, stiffen up, I can't muscle that arm down. I've got to attack that nerve. Parry, attack the nerve, attack this cluster of nerves here, the brachial plexus tie in. He's down, hugging the arm, stepping across the head, executing the arm bar. This side, double hand grab. He may have his hand on your gi. We can also utilize this technique from this position. Static. Fluid. And dynamic. That's the bicep takedown. Okay, the next counter is to an osotogari, or outer leg reaping throw. You're familiar with your opponent and you know this is one of his favorite techniques, this is one of his takedowns. Or he's slow with it and you see it coming. Instead of resisting, in Jiu-Jitsu, when you're pushed, you pull. And when you're pulled, you push. Never using strength against strength. When he comes for the osotogari, the leg he's sweeping, we're going to let it go. And bringing your shin into his belt. From there, we'll use his momentum to roll him over. We'll come in the knee in the belly. Follow up, arm bar. A little bit quicker. One more time. Remember to relax, using his momentum to bring him to his back and you to the mounted position. Okay, that's the counter to osotogari, to knee and belly, arm bar. Okay, another counter to the outer leg reaping throw. Instead of using his momentum and roll him, we're going to drop straight into an arm bar. You see him sweeping out, we're going to bring the leg up in the same fashion as the last technique. And coming straight to the back. We're going to try to direct our shoulder towards that foot, this support leg, as we fall. He swept, we fall here, holding on to his gi, swinging this leg around his head, and securing the arm bar. We're gonna hold that gi because if we got to choke as well. Arm bar. It's better from the side. Sotogari, counter. So okay, a little quicker. So one more time. Quicker. So that's the second counter to the outer leg reaping throw. Okay, the next counter is to a rear leg round kick. Again, if you get hit with the rear leg round kick, demonstrate it. You got hit because you deserved it. No one should get hit with that kick. Okay, instead of blocking it or jumping away from it, we're gonna blend with it. Posting this leg, and he's gonna trip over that posted leg. From this point, we're gonna step through. Now remember, in competition, that's an illegal strike. And if you get caught doing that, you're gonna be called for an infraction. However, if you step through and accidentally rake that groin, that's a different story. Now this foot's gonna end up in the crook of his knee here, in the bend of the knee. This one's gonna come over and trap that foot down so he can't roll. Here we're gonna hug the foot tight, creating a leg bar. Again, blend, sweep, stepping through, hug the leg. Now again, if I don't trap this leg, he's gonna escape. And now you're gonna find yourself in a heel hook. Blend, sweep, down, trap that foot, hug this one. Other side. Blend, post this leg. He falls over that leg, stepping through. Hug this foot, trap this leg. A little quicker. Sir. A little quicker. And that's one counter to the rear leg round kick. Okay, the next technique, I call it kicker's revenge. We're in competition and we've seen an individual who likes to catch the kick. Usually it's a judo player or a traditional jiu-jitsu guy. They like to grab that leg and sweep the support leg out. So what we do is we set them up, because remember, our submission starts out here. We always got to get positioned before submission, and it's very difficult just to jump in and grab the guy and take him down, especially if he's very well rounded, has lateral movement, strong lead kick, or he's got good hands. It's not so simple. So what we're going to do, we're going to set him up by throwing some check kicks, so like low to the leg, really quick ones. And then we're going to make it look like we're going to kick to the body, but we're going to feed it to him, let him have it. So he's going to grab it. Now his next step is to step through and sweep. Okay, I'm going to grab hold of the gi and the arm. I'm going to hug the arm here and let him help break my fall. As he sweeps me out, I'm going to swing this leg out and come into the arm bar. Okay, once again, some check kicks. And again, we're watching the center of the body. And I want to split his focus or use pattern interrupt. he's a very good fighter, and he's watching the center of my body. He's not going to react to the round kick, so I have to get his attention. So I'll use pattern interrupt. I may back off from him and wipe my forehead. He automatically looked right in my head. When he looks at my head, we get eye contact. Remember, some fighters teach you to watch the eyes because they say the eyes will tell you everything. Remember, the eyes will lie to you. The eyes will lie to you. Forget about the eyes, watch center mass. Some people teach, watch the shoulders, because when he drops that shoulder, he's going to punch with that hand. He may dip that shoulder and hit me with the lead hand. He may dip that shoulder and hit me with the lead kick. Trust me, in combat, shoulder has nothing to do with what he's going to throw with you. However, if I watch center, if he picks his foot up, I see it. If he bobs his head, I see it. Put your hands down to your side, move one of your fingers. One of your fingers, not all of them. He moved this one, I'm watching center. Just something that's subtle, I could see it by watching here. So I'm focusing there again. Now I want to break his focus by getting him to look at my eyes. When he looks at my eyes, I look down at, I glance at his shin, and he says, oh, here comes low kick. Boom, I give him that. I look at his body. I feed him the leg. He takes the bait, and he's going to sweep me out. And I land, sweeping the leg over, coming right into Juji Katami or cross-body armbar. It's a very fast technique. Be careful with your opponent because the joint is actually fully extended before your back hits the ground. Again, some check kicks. And then feed it to him. It's locked. Check kick. And feed him the leg. Locked. And that's the kicker's revenge. Okay, the next technique is a counter to a tackle. Okay, he's coming through. We're going to parry the head the same as we'd parry the jab or the cross. He's trying to put his head right here in center mass and double leg review. So we're going to parry his head. This hand's going to go under that armpit. This one's going to go on top and behind. If he's got a gi, we grab the cloth. If not, we just grab the arm, place the hand on the back. Parry the head, position. Now I'm going to step through here and drop to my back, pulling him over to his back. From there I post out, this hand posts out, this leg kicks through, and I lean back. It's called the crucifix. Let's go from this angle, so it's easier to see. Parry the head, come under, grab. Let his momentum bring you over. Don't try to stop him and use strength against strength. When you feel his energy, we blend. Post this hand. Kick this leg through, tap that arm, and look at the ceiling. One more time. Parry, position the hands, drop through, post your hands, kick through. And practice is very slow. It's very dangerous. He's got a very flexible neck, but he still feels the pressure. Sorry. One more time. 1, 2, 3, and come through. And that's the counter to a tackle.
Okay, now, Mr. Boggs just showed the kicker's revenge. Here's a different variation of the kicker's revenge. If I throw this, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to feed. Switch. We're going to feed him. Pop. We're first checking that lead leg. Checking. Now when we feed the kick, instead of him catching over top, he's going to catch and wrap underneath. So that's going to give us a triangle. When I bring this up, I feed it. He catches over top the arm. Okay? He steps in, does the same thing. First thing I do is I grab the head and bring it to my body. Therefore, it's going to keep him from being able to slam me. He's going to have to take some of the fall with me. He brings me up. Turn me. He brings me up. I'm pulling his head to my hip. This way, extending my foot. I'm going to take my right arm, grab my foot, and lock it across here, deep in the knee joint. Taking his left hand, bringing it over. If I need a little extra, I'm going to grab my foot here, bring it in. Remember, the important thing is bring your knees together. Okay, from that point, we're going to lock in, grab the back of the head, and bring everything down for the choke. From this angle. Again, we check his lead leg. We're going to feed him this leg. Check just to get his attention down. Check it in. Check it in. This time, instead of snapping the kick, we're going to leave it there. Hold it out for him. He catches the first kick Mr. Boggs showed. He catched under the hand. He reached over top here. That gives us the arm bar on this arm. On this one, they shield with the arm, do the cover we learned earlier, and then they wrap. He covers, wraps through. First thing, hook his head, pull him right into your bicep. He sweeps. I'm pulling, dropping. Make sure you breathe out when you take this fall. Lock it in. Grab your own hand. You still control the head, therefore you keep him tight to you. Control it, because his way to get out, he wants to lean up. We don't want to give him that option. We keep this head tight. Trap here. Pull it down. Try to put your heel in his shoulder joint. Lock it here. Bring it out and around. From this point, try to pull the arm over. If you need to tighten, if you're not in your knee joint all the way, tighten up a little bit and drop his body down. Remember, it's important to get your knees together. Again, one more time. Same check. We're going to enter in the same way. Check the lead leg. Check his lead leg. Again, remember, we don't snap the kick, we feed the kick. Feed it. He goes to step in, hook the head. He sweeps. Breathe out. You're going to push, snap down. Make sure you're tight. Don't reach out like this. Everything's done tight. Slide your hand up, lock it in. So we're in here tight. Bring it across and bring down for the submission. Kicker's revenge number 2. Okay, now we're going to go into the guard. Well, he's going to go into his guard. We're into his guard. How we get there, I may have dumped him. However we get there is not really important. It's how we defend this. Okay, now he's going to try to do a sweep over. Knees in. He's going to pull me up. Go ahead and do it. And he's trying to sweep to mount me. We don't want to get in the mount. We don't want to have him mounting us. Okay, now, so when he comes up, first things first, as soon as this comes across, drop your left elbow down, right hand enters, snakes through, hand on the knee. Left elbow should be on the knee. Now when he goes to sweep, you push up, using that hand to push the knee down and get this leg out. Bring your right leg over and back to position. So we secure our position, and therefore we can go back to the knee strike we worked earlier on the counter, or on the combinations. From this way. Again, he's going trying to sweep me. Same side. He's trying to sweep me. We're going to snake under. Here, make sure you're pulling your body back. He wants to pull me to him. So we're sweeping back, getting our body weight down. This left hand traps at the knee. We're going to pop our hips up, staying back, not popping up this way, but just lifting the knee so when he tries to sweep over, it passes under. We're going to kick out, step through, and now grab, again, giving him something to think about with this choke, and flatten out to position. From here, we can try to work going to key locks, a lot of different things. The biggest thing, like Mr. Boggs said, secure your position. Position before submission. So we get locked in here, we stay tight. We're not up so he can bump us over. Okay, we stay tight, keeping control. Okay, that's the counter to the sweep over. Knee sweep to mount. Now, you're back, you're up. Now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna work the sweep over. Okay, we step in, hook the elbow, hook the hand. Now we're going for the knee sweep. He starts to pull back. We're going to switch our hands. Right hand's going to switch up high on the lapel, pulling him down. Left hand stays tight, reaching over, grabbing the belt. And now we're gonna pull at the angle. Pulling to my left shoulder, pulling his left shoulder to the left, and bringing him up. When we get him up, we're gonna kick and go to mount. From here, we hook the belt, kick over, come to mounted position. And now we, again, turn. We secure our position. From here, we can also go to bar. But the biggest thing we want to do is secure position. Again, turn this way. We're working our guard. Okay, now we're working. We want to get to the mount. We hook up, bringing him down, hooking the elbow, pop our hips out. You slide your knee, invert your knee across his body. You want to make sure you hook your left foot around his hip so you control here. Pulling him to you. Okay, now he starts to guard this. He starts to feel where we're going. We change our hands, lock it in, grab his belt. Now we're going to kick, pull, and roll back in this direction. From here, we can also come to this bar where his arm's at. We flatten out, hug it, push the head down, lock in underneath, trap, bar, so you have it secured here. One more time. Secure, very first thing, secure your guard position. This is neutral position, but we want to secure it. We're going to roll him over to his right, or to our right, his left, trap the elbow, slide up, make him think about a choke here. We pop our hips out, pulling him up. He starts to guard against it. Switch your hands. This one comes across. Your left hand slides through. Grab his belt. If you can't reach the belt, grab cloth. Now we're going to kick and roll back. From there, we come out, mount. First things first, we drop the elbow down. So we trap on this side. From here, left hand comes over. Right hand snakes through. We're going to slide out his body. Kick the left foot over and under the head. And from here, you're going to arch. And you have arm bar. Okay, now we're going to work another counter off the tackle. Hands up. The same as what Mr. Boggs showed, we parried the hand across. Instead of hooking up underneath to go for crucifix, we're going to hook across. He's going to, if we go guillotine, most likely he's going to defend by hooking his hand in. So we're not going to use that. We're going to use the momentum across. We don't want to drop the guard for guillotine. We're going to kick across. He pushes through. This hand's going to hook high on his shoulder. This hand comes through and grabs some cloth. You want to place your hand like this on your chest and get a hold of something, cloth, whatever you can get a hold of. From here, if we have our right hand on, we're going to kick our left foot through and roll him across our belt. From this position, we're going to roll up. You want to keep your hand flat so we stay tight. Hand stays here, gives you a hook to pull across. Flatten out on him, turn. You want to lay here. From this position, you keep your hand flat. Plant this hand, shoulders down. Now you're going to arch your stomach. Arch your shoulders back, press your stomach to his. And you're pulling your hand, small circle. Bring it up in this fashion. Okay, again, he tackles, push, through, hooking in, flatten out. From this way. He tackles again, push through, hook it up. This gives you a way to control the shoulders. When you turn this way, your left foot kicks through, roll him over, flatten down again. Keeping your hand flat, lay your chest on your own hand, and now you're going to try to small circle and pull it out. Okay, that's another counter to the tackle. Now, we're going to go for counter from knee in the belly. A lot of times you see this position. You have someone here in this position. He's maybe striking. He may not be. He may be just trying to work for position. We want to make sure when he's striking that we work our parries. The same things we worked earlier. I can still parry from this position. Again, remember, you're just like you're swatting a fly out of your face. Don't over-exaggerate it because he may double it up. So we're here. Now, the first thing we do is control this knee. We want to get our hips out. So when we're here, we're going to trap, Staying tight, left hand grabbing right at the radial nerve. We want to get in here and pull it down as much as we can. From here, we're going to push, keeping your head up because he still has this other hand. We want to stay tight. This position, we're going to plant our right foot, push on his knee, pop out slightly. This hand comes up, extend his body. You're going to pull your knee between his armpit and his knee. Pull up, secure the position. Now drop his head down and bring for juji. Remember, make sure you hug your body with the arm bar. Again, parry. He's striking, strike, hook it. You get his head down to you. Boom, if it's the street, you pull him to a headbutt. A lot of things we can do. Remember, we're going to post on this knee, pop our hips out. From here, this hand slides up, gives us space. Left knee enters. Now you're going to drop his head to your right hip. Don't swing your leg out. You want to bring it up, and just like of the street, if we soften him, we soften. We bring it up and keep it tight. Now from here, drop down, and we have juji. Hug your body. Okay, there's a counter from knee in the belly. Now, we're going from a heel hook. He heel hooks us. How he got there, we've showed a lot of different ways to enter into the heel hook. When he gets in, the first thing we want to do, just like if he's going ankle lock, pull your toes to you. He's going to want to pull that knee in to push our heel out. Very first thing we do is turn it. You want to push your pinky toe to the floor, towards the elbow he's actually trying to lock. Push it in. We're going to get up, turn, and pull. From this position, we drop and come back. The most important thing, so you have a way to push, is turn this direction. When he's hooking, again, turn your toes out. He wants your heel turned out. We're going to push our toes in the opposite direction. Push them in. Here's the important thing. Plant your foot right here so you have a base to push from. If you just leave it and try to pull, he still has you. He's going to roll you in and hook you. So when I pull my toes out, I push. Now from here, I want to use this hand to give myself a little bit of space. Open up, turn, and we're going to pull. Pull your knee through. Now, you may turn to this position, but you've disengaged. You're out of the lock. We may have to go back to another fighting position. We may get back to our feet. We may come back to the grappling situation. But the most important thing is we're out of that lock. Again, he sets into heel hook. Turn your toes. Look up. Oh, let go. Remember, he wants your foot turned this way. Turn your toes out. Try to push your heel into him. Toes out. Get your base. Plant that foot. Turn this hand. So you start to roll. Create your space. Get up on this knee. Pull and twist. Turn. If you can stay this tight, you're going to rotate on your knee and come back into a grappling situation. Okay, that's another way to get out of the heel hook. Now I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Owsley and let him show you some of his counters.
Okay, welcome back, guys. Well, we'll start out doing a couple counters to kicks, then we'll go into a couple counters from the for arm bars, and then we'll finish up with a triangle. First one's off a round kick. He throws a round kick, you pivot out with your back leg and you cradle it with your body. Here, I step back a little further, dip my knee, my shoulder to the mat. Now from here, I slide back, switch, pull forward to knee in the belly. Knee in the belly, this is a sport application. In the street, he can strike me to the groin. This is not real good for street application. This is sport application. I want my knee, 45-degree angle right at the top of his chest. The clavicle starts. This out, base, hips forward. Now I'm in a strong position. I can steal a lot of energy with my weight by pushing and pulling, applying pressure to his abs. Harder for him to breathe. One more time. I'm here, cradle, dip my shoulder. Immediately switch. I pull, that way I can control this leg. I slide in, hips forward. Now I can start working, applying technique, chokes, arm bars, whatever. Full contact sport jiu-jitsu, strike to the body. and go into side body position. The next one.
Sir.
One more time. Here, I sidestepped. Now I step back even further, dip my right shoulder to the floor. Here's the transition. I slide, grab a hold, C-clamp, push and pull, hips forward, right in position. Next one, from an open stance. Person's got real great side kicks, real snappy. I want to bait him. I want to open myself up, turn my body, square up to him. Give him his target he's looking for. Then I'm going to ridge hand it, and I'm going to pass it. From here, reach over, grab the back of the lapel. This one feeds through, just like Hillbilly Slam. Come up, side position, north-south. It's all about timing. Shoo, here. This one shoots under the groin, this one pulls. Step back. Side body, control, north-south. The other angle. I'm open. Comes right in position. Grab. This one shoots through along with my leg. Here, I swim. Side body position or north-south. Next counters, it will be counters for armbar. First, I'm going to start out from the guard. He positions me, he has my arm, he pivots. He swings over my head. First thing I want to do, if my arm's getting extended, is to go get it. When I go get it, I'm going to shove this across his face, grab my bicep. This other hand, I want to grab it, squeeze tight to myself, and hug it. I'm going to slide this other leg up and put it in his tailbone to apply pressure. This prevents him from pivoting out and armbar. Face down. I want to isolate his hips. I'm here and here. I apply pressure. I relax my right hand, then my right arm caught. Little short, quick jerks till my elbow passes the groin. Then I'm going to do a lawnmower pull this way. Side body position. Again. He spins, arm bar. I go get it. I cross legs, grab my bicep, grab his leg. I stack it. Bring my right foot up, press my knee into his tailbone, eliminate hip movement. Relax, lawnmower pull. This hand, lawnmower pull, side body position. Let's do it this way. He attacks my arm. I go get it. Slide my knee in. Relax this hand. Quick jerks, lawnmower pulls. This hand, pull back across my body. Flatten out, side body position. Pivots arm bar. Cross face. Grab your bicep. This hand cups and squeezes tight. This foot slides around, knee in the tailbone, prevent hip movement. Relax, lawnmower pull. Then set back, lawnmower pull the other side. Side body position. Okay, now this one's from side body position. I'm down. He's in position to spin for Juji. Juji Katami, crossbody arm bar. As he steps over, I want to use his momentum when he sets back, and I'm going to spin. I do a shoulder roll. I kick my weight, I flatten out, kick my weight over, pop my head up. I turn my elbow down. I spin out, come side body position. This is a timing drill. Remember, there's always a point of no return. I got to be quick and smooth with this technique. He sets up, I spin, turn my wrist, down. I pop my head up, slide around, side body position. It can set me up for my knee bar. He spins, I turn down. This is the most important part. Spin, pop my head up, spin around. I'm already in position. I trap, I figure for the leg, submission. Let's do it from this angle. He starts to swing over, I trap, I spin. My elbow and my thumb down, pop my head up, spin, trap, figure four, knee in, set back. Good counter for arm bar. This last and final one, counter for triangle choke. I get caught. First thing we want to do is hand chest up. We're going to control this arm. He wants control of it, we've got to take it away. We've got to hug it to us. My right arm's caught, I'm going to step up, and my right leg tight, so you can't hook me and roll. Tight. This other hand enters, grabs the belt, or his pants, anything you can get a hold of. I step up, pivot out. If he stays tight and tries to go, step over, that's how he's forward. Here I can swim, back position. Okay, he comes in position. Remember, first thing you do is head chest up, bend this arm to you. I'm going to snap. My right arm's caught, I'm going to step up. My right leg tight so we can't underhook my leg. If he doesn't have any cloth on, I'm going to slap my hands together like this. I'm going to step up. I'm going to pivot out and dump him. Sometimes the legs go over their head, they want to hang on tight. Step over, pitch forward. I swim here and here. Take the back position. That's my counter for triangle choke. Next counter, from mounted position. From mounted position, happens a lot in full contact. The person, you mount them, they hug you tight, bury their head. Here, what I want to do is, his head's tilted to the side to protect himself from strikes. I want to step up away from his head, hugging his shoulder with my quad, squeezing my knees tight, elbow to take the slack out. This one, I want to come up and go down the contour of the neck, stretch him out. Now I can strike the chest. Poof, poof. He will want to bend his arm to him to protect, to try to counter. When he does, I switch, hips forward, pin the head to the floor, spin over, arm bar. Mount position, his head spun. I always step up away from the head, the direction the head is pointing. I step up, elbow tight, press, strike hard, 1, 2. He switches, then I swim up, I pin his head to the floor, hips forward, step over, hug, juji. One more time. Mounted position. He's up. Always step up away from the direction the head's pointed. Hug tight. Contour of the neck. Striking the chest area. I switch. Hips forward. Pin his head towards the floor. Swim over. Arm bar. Thank you, sir. Those are my favorite counters from grappling, from stand-up position.
Okay, this next counter is from a mounted position. From here, to prevent being struck, your opponent's going to hug up on you just like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this hand back to your hand against your chest, palm across his head. We're going to lean forward, pushing, using your body weight, pushing his head to the mat. Cross-facing him, putting that hand to the mat. Keeping your body tight to his. If we create distance, he's going to roll you. Go ahead and show me. He's going to roll you. So we want to stay tight to him. Force his head to the mat. Kick this leg over as if we're going to the side position while hugging this arm with your right arm. Hug this arm tight. Keeping this arm tight to your body, to his body with your leg. Everything has to be tight on this movement. Hand slides across the body. As your body continues to spin, keeping your weight on his chest. Back to mount. We end up with our chest. His elbows across. This is a suffocation move. This is called 4-point press. This move comes from a good friend of mine, Professor Willie Cahill, who was an Olympic judo coach. He showed me this move, and I taught it to my students, and they've actually got this in competition. It's a very good move. Okay, again, he hugs tight to prevent striking, pulls me forward. I'm going to bring my hand through between my body and his head, using my upper body to force his head to the mat. As I spin, I'm going to tighten up on his arm so he can't release it. If I just bring my arm through, he's going to get his arm out and he's going to be able to roll me. So again, we need to stay tight. Side position, moving south. The other side, sliding the knee across the body to mount. Now, if we want to make it more tight, we'll slide the hands over the head, pick the head up for suffocation. One more time. Okay, your opponent hugs up, force him down, and spin to the 4-point press. Suffocation. And that's a counter to the hug while you're into the mounted position. Okay, this concludes our series on counters. Hope you join us on our next tape, where we'll be covering training drills in which help the USA team become back-to-back world champions. This tape will enhance your fighting skill as well as your training skills. Remember, there are 4 elements in a successful technique. There's speed, timing, emotion, and the element of surprise. Hope you join us on the next video.
Since 1984, I&I Sports has featured the largest selection of paintball equipment, martial arts supplies, boxing gear, and custom knives. And with discounts from 10 to 60% off, there's no reason to shop anywhere else. So stop by or call us today. Visit any of our 3 Southern California locations 7 days a week, with stores to serve you in West LA, City of Industry, and Carson, or call 310-715-6800. I&I Sports, we've got what you need.